Okay, arriving at the Pemapagan, all the gods are waiting to be taken north. Seems to be another tourist here with tattoos. The gamelan's playing over on the right. The priests will be all over here on the left. And the gods are all up here in front with a small ceremony. They're going to ask permission to go now, go out into the coach and then go north. The lovely palace ladies from the Kepaon group from the village. Nick's brother up here, who's the Bendesa Adat of Dalam Kepaon. So after that pathetic excuse for a gamelan introduction, overture, our local village priest and the priest from Bualu down south on Nusa Dua. It's the Bendesa Adat Kepaon. Seems to be a young, very handsome new priest in the middle here. It's a lovely Labar ceremony, which is one of the final acts of the Ichan. It's always one of the palace ladies, it's Gongkadia's wife tonight, who traditionally takes care of this temple's rituals. She's got the wonderful little egg and coconut thing happening here, and the priest getting the holy water, and it's getting a last sort of asking for this spirit Shiva onto the brass bits, the bits of rice which are thrown over. Everyone does a little bit of this labara. One even sees this ritual in sort of Batak villages in North Sumatra, the breaking of the eggs and the coconut, which you see a lot in South India. Things being put down for the ground spirit symbolically. Here comes that coconut. Symbolizes the Buana Agung. We're living in the Buana Agung, the microcosm. That downward gesture, there goes the rice, red rice bran being offered off to the ground spirits. This is a Sakenan ritual, and they can't wait to get out of here. In the old days, the gamelan used to really wind up and there'd be the sense of a trance, but here it's all very quick now. Soon they'll have a Kinchang Kinchong, my favorite bit. When the four men take the four swords to direct things to the four corners of the universe, which is another appeasement ritual for the ground spirits to keep everything in balance. Here is Gong Day, the Monchol, my liege lord, the descendant of the vassal prince from Pemachutan who founded this village about 300 years ago. It's a special treat tonight. We have the about to be consecrated Barong from Mogan. It's been asleep for some decades. Rather rare Tintia deity up near the main light bulb, keeping guard over all of the dragon statues, including the green dragon statue and the red dragon statue. The green dragon being Ratu Agung, the archer. This one of the fiery mauve red dragons. Oh, that looks a bit spooky, that Rajan cloth. It's probably got a rung to the consort of the barong underneath. Interesting trident. So with the fangs goes the beauty. And that's the essence of Shiva Bhairava. This is the trident of Shiva. Bhairava is the worship of Shiva as the terrible. That's why you have the fanged demons. Here's the gamelan kick into action. The final dance ritual, my favorite, the Kinchang Kinchong. The Pendet dance first. This is not a full-blown temple, it's just a sort of pit stop temple, so I keep apologizing for the threadbare gamelan, but they're making up for it with enthusiasm, these wonderful Pemangku village priests. In the background we see my second unit taking some still photos. dance being an extra flourish for the actual offering of the sajen, for the health of the village, health and wealth, and also to the ground spirits, the mat symbolizing the center of the known universe. This is one of the great Majapahit rituals with the flags, and the pokers, the spooky sticks. I've seen 1,000 different versions of this. It's the first time they've carried the flags. It's got a big Garuda on it, that flag. Very sticks, of course, very Indian. 3 perambulations being quite Buddhist. Bottom of the sticks, they do that in ancient Sumatran villages, Batak villages. The crossover once, pointing the head to the staffs down. Crossover again, more sajen red wine. And the final crossover touching all sticks in the middle, center of the universe, all demons appeased. Very soon, the rush of the youngsters to grab the flags and banners. Okay, here's the big melee now with everyone rushing to try and grab things. The gods will go out last, of course, as they're preceded by all the teenagers with the umbrellas and the water vessels and everything happening. It's wonderful to see all the teenagers offering the red wine to their deities, asking permission to carry them or carry their standards. It's a great Kepaon ritual, this. And then the most handsome priest climbs up, probably take his Ratu Ayu, his grinder. I think he's from Mogan, Egypt, famous musical family. People pouring out of the village temple at this bit here. Now, facing east, all of these kids, it's all happening. Here's our little drummer. Here's a fierce competitor here. Oh, here comes the barong. Barong from Mogan. Ikiratu Agung Tan. Batara Vijaniki. Batara Dalam, okay, Batara Dalam. So many green dragons. Sakti, here's another Pamachut on Pachut Sakti going out the wall. Second Pachut Sakti in 2 days. Another Pachut Sakti. The Pachut, of course, being the holy whip of the Pamachutan clan, and this is very much a Pamachutan temple. Bit of a lull before the storm here. Wih! Ngurat ni sarang 3 makadotan. Cocok dia dari pengayang ngaji ya. This is my Balinese mother's nephew. These are the royals from my village, very proud to be carrying the standards. So the gods are going out, and Ratu Agung will be tied onto the Padati. Okay, Batara Dalam. Mogan. Okay, Mogan with the barong. Here comes the carriage. Don't seem to have any gamelan tonight. Seem to have a new coursier, new jockey. There was once a very gay jockey who got bashed up and was left sort of brain dead for being a bit too swivel-hipped. This is more masculine, brother. They can be a mean bunch, these Pamachutans. Bit macho. Need a bit of a police guard here. Lights, camera, action. Here comes the Padati. Pada Dalam Kepala. And a very good marching Blaganjur Gamelan behind on wheels. Barleys are nothing if not practical. Very spirited group here. Heavens, we have some homoerotic real estate. Look at this, New Asia style. Sort of Nazi Pemapagan Square. Heavens to Betsy. And then you swing around, that's the New Asia, and here's Old Asia swinging past. Here's the real Mogan, here's the real Mogan squares. There's rather a magic moment at this halfway station when the gods from the other villages sweep past behind us as we're waiting for the arrival of the holy Padati carrying one of the major gods. Here comes the great Blaganjur Gamelan, and very shortly the Padati will swing into sight. Here's our holy Padati over here. This family has traditionally offered sharu as a sort of mat for the gods to pass over, so that there's no spooky bad business happening at this juncture. This has been going on for hundreds of years, every 7 months. Suwung the Pangaling Sir from the Jero Lanang Tanjung, Kepaon, who's telling me the name of the water buffaloes are Kobodengkol and Angre Ulan, the white one. Nghe mà cái nhé làm phun nghe. Chút sakti này cơ nghe, làm bằng nghe. Chút sakti pura batu nghe, pura chutan nghe. Di beat yang di pura susunan wadon, di rau barong Sakenan saking munggu. Wenten talar pura sakti ya. This Paoko who heads our village ceremony is telling me that Kasiman they didn't go to Sakenan, but the sun came. So the gods now walk off for the last lap. They're in the home stretch now, heading back towards the Barong from Mogan, Ratu Ayu from Mogan, with the distinctive checkered cloth. Very good looking Juru Mundut. Mundut is to carry the polling umbrella that goes with all the polling sakti of the Ratu Ayu. And behind the Padati, the procession stretches off into the night. Procession must be at least a mile long now. It's about 10 village gods now, all along the coast, from Sanur Interan to Suwung, which is this is the most western of the Pemapagan ritual villages. We have this procession about the same time, heading back to their home temples from Turtle Island, from Sakenan. We're going out of the Muslim village now. The gods turning into the lane, into the Puradalam. Traffic held up. Agus, pangiting mana bagus secepat. Here's the best looking pachalang in the universe. Oh.